Hello everyone, SoariN here. Welcome back to another video that I can put in my random playlist. Today we're going to be talking about a little thing called childhood and things that scared me as a child, which was a lot of stuff. We'll get into that. First of all, I want to say as a kid I was terrified of literally everything. Like way more timid and scared than most people were of random everyday things, and we'll get onto that, like I said, but I am convinced that being afraid of so many things is what led me to this point where I'm so addicted to horror games, horror media, horror films, everything horror. I just love it so much, and I know why. It's because as a kid I was so terrified of that. It's that adrenaline crave. Anyway, let's get on to it. So I've just clicked a button. Please don't tell me that's broken anything. My earliest memory of being afraid of something, I was terrified of the car seat. Yes, the car seat. When you're sitting in the back of the car, and I thought that was a demon. I was terrified of the back of the car seat. Don't know what it was. Don't even ask me. Don't even go there. Because, well, I was young, you know. Another thing I was terrified of as a very young child was these things. Henry Hoovers, they terrified me so much. They watch you wherever you go. Those eyes, you know, man. Everywhere they go, they'd watch you. And then they got the big... I think it's that, having a face, and the fact that they made such a loud noise. But if you're a kid and you're terrified of them, I feel for you. I had this reoccurring dream where I'd be trying to get to the bathroom, and then there'd be the Henry Hoover in the doorway. And then I'd try to run away. But because it's a vacuum, it would go and it would try and suck me back into the bathroom. Terrifying. Moving on. If you're from Britain and you're aware of horrible histories, you may also be aware of another book series by the same people, I think, called Horrible Science. Those books scared me so much. I mean, just look at the cover. Look at the covers. It's horrible. Why would anybody? Why would a kid? It's a kid's book. I think in one of them, it was like, the end of the world will happen in 2012. The Mayan calendar says that the world will end in 2012, so you better read this book quick, or you'll be dead by the time that was in a children's book. That can't be legal. Moving on to movies, or films. I never watched horror films, horror movies as a kid, because I knew that they would scare me too much, and I avoided them at all cost. I think the first horror film that I was witness to was probably Cloverfield, but the first film that scared me just from any film was Indiana Jones. Two scenes in particular that freaked me out the most. The ending of Raiders of the Lost Ark, where their faces melt, yeah, I lost it. And the worst one was at the end of The Last Crusade, where Walter Donovan, you know, that Nazi American guy, drinks from the wrong grail and he goes and it just turns into this skeleton, and the stop motion or the effects that they use are so horrific, and they looked, you know, for the time it looked pretty real, and that scared me so much. And the problem is, I loved that film as a kid. I loved Indiana Jones. So what I'd have to do is I would watch it, and then I'd get up until that scene, and then I'd stop watching. Because I was too scared to skip ahead just in case I accidentally witnessed it. But yeah, those two films. Temple of Doom was fine. That didn't scare me. I mean, the guy got crushed by a big roller. That wasn't scary though. The first game that scared me, genuinely I think might be the reason I play horror games today. I was about 7, and a friend of mine told me, hey, play this game. It's a Flash game. You might have heard of it. It's called The Scary Maze. Oh my god, I lost it. I screamed, I hid behind the chair. Oh my, it was so embarrassing. That was honestly the most scared I've ever been in my life. I didn't go back round to that friend's house for a long time after that. Let's move on to the last segment of today's video. And this is where I discovered creepypastas. I love creepypastas. I really do. Some of them are great, some of them are terrible. But the three that stick out for me are Jeff the Killer, Smile Dog, Squidward Suicide. All three of those, not the stories particularly, the images that they are associated with, scared me so much. Oh my god. I lost sleep after those pictures. I think the one that scared me the most, Squidward Suicide, because it scared me for the longest. Jeff the Killer I got over pretty quickly because it's such a household name. But yeah, Squidward's Suicide. Ooh, red mist, gross. Ooh, scary, scary stuff. I only got over it like a couple years ago. Maybe even like, maybe I haven't got over it yet. I don't think I could ever get over that picture. I've got to edit this video now. Oh god. Finally, I wanted to see if there were any stories that I read. Any books. Any fictional books, you know, horrible science and all that. And there are any fictional books that I read, or any fictional stories online that I read, that scared me so much. Because most of the time it was always imagery that scared me. But there was one story, and I'll never forget it. Guess what it was? You don't need to guess, I'm going to tell you. It was Cupcakes. Please do not read that. I'm not even going to go into detail, just don't read it. Just don't read it. If you've never heard of it before, just don't go there. I wish I was dead. Anyway, thank you everyone for watching this video. Bit of a weird short one today, but I wanted to talk about things that scared me as a kid. Because, you know, horror. Haha, we all do horror, scary, ooh, spooky. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next one tomorrow. Goodbye.